make of the fact that there's been so little attempt to sell this war to the American people? We both remember the run-up to the Iraq War. Again, Afghanistan, I promise that's my last Afghanistan reference in this show. But in December of 2001, I saw an American APC in Afghanistan that said, next stop, Baghdad. It was already like in the works, right? In December of 2001. We went in March of 2003. All of 2002 was spent ginning up support for invading Iraq, in Congress and in the press. And, we had the whole Judy Miller stuff and all that stuff. But it was a concerted push on the part of both Republican and Democratic aligned media to go for this. Now we don't have anything like that at all. To the contrary, Donald Trump's not on the air saying, Iran, they're bad people, they're doing bad things to the Israelis, they're anti-Semites, they support terrorism. There's none of that, right? Now, to the contrary, he's just saying, well, I'll let you know what I decide.
Yeah.
Now, historically, no war succeeds without the popular support of the people. I mean, not only at the beginning, but certainly sustained. And, with Iraq, it wasn't sustained. When the WMDs didn't turn up, that was kind of the beginning of the end. But you have to at least start out that way. There's no chance without it. What do you make of that? Is Trump just lazy? He doesn't want to do the work of propagandizing? Or is this just like a bluff? And like we talked about, like he's just trying to bully the Iranians into a deal?
Well, I lean toward that latter position. Because you're right, there is no propagandization going on. We're not telling lies in front of the UN Security Council about how dangerous the Iranians are to us and to world peace. He's not lobbying on Capitol Hill. One of our viewers said, didn't Thomas Massie sponsor something? Wasn't Thomas Massie to bring all this to Congress for a vote? He's written a resolution, but that doesn't mean that the Speaker of the House will allow it to even come out of committee for a vote.
Yeah.
To tell you the truth, if it comes out of committee for a vote, it probably will lose, just because there are so many pro-war Democrats out there that they may pair with neocon Republicans and push it. But I think that this is actually a bluff. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that. I'm going to say that it's a bluff because we have not seen the preparation. We don't have the troop strength in the area to do anything. The Israelis have been surprisingly candid in saying that they can only do this for 2 weeks, and then they're going to have to pause because they're going to be out of missiles.
So wait, so the Israelis and the Iranians are on a similar timeline?
Yeah, 2 weeks. Crazy.
That's hilarious. I mean, I'm
Crazy.
Sorry, except for all the hundreds of people being killed.
And I think that Donald Trump genuinely overestimates his persuasiveness. He thinks that he can bully people into taking a deal that he wants them to take. And he underestimates Iranian resolve.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like I don't see how Iranians of any stripe could possibly support caving into the Israelis. And the U.S. also, I don't see how it's a good look for the U.S. I know it's a wag the dog scenario, this tiny little country,
Right.
Ordering us around. But I mean, how does it? I mean, it's a bad look for us, right? I mean, Donald Trump's trying. I mean, he's interested. How does this play into his machismo, right? I mean, it's just sort of. It doesn't. Yeah. It doesn't really.
Well, and there's another thing too, Ted. When I was at the CIA, during the first Gulf War and the Afghanistan War and the Iraq War, there was this thing that the State Department did from the get-go called burden sharing. So it was like we would get hundreds of cables every single day from American embassies all around the world saying, we approached XYZ government and we asked them to pitch in 10 million, 50 million, 100 million, a billion, from the Kuwaitis, 5 billion from the Saudis to pay for all this, because this is very, very expensive. It costs many millions of dollars a day just to keep all these assets in the region. There's no indication that we've approached any governments on burden sharing. There's no indication that envoys are jetting around the world. Say again?
No coalition of the willing.
No, exactly. There's no coalition of the willing. You have foreign ministers from our closest allies telling Marco Rubio, you guys are nuts. We're not going to help you do this. Although, to a lesser extent, there was a report in the LA Times today saying that the U.S. has been using its fighters. The U.S. has been using its fighters to shoot down Iranian ballistic missiles. And these fighters are coming from Spain, Germany, Italy, and Greece, which is probably true. But with that said, this is something that we're going to have to go it alone, or go it with the Israelis, which is not a positive thing. And then what? Right. What, we're just supposed to all by ourselves, invade Iran at a cost of what? It's going to take 1 million soldiers. The country is absolutely enormous. It has how many people, Ted?
92 million.
92 million people. Yeah, this isn't going to work.